let us start new topic, that is control and coordination in animals. What does control and coordination mean? I have explained in my previous video. So today we'll continue with the topic control and coordination in animals. As we did control and coordination in plants earlier, control and coordination in animals is a bit different. To do control and coordinate, animals have two kinds of systems in their body. One is endocrine system and another one is nervous system. Endocrine system is basically made up of endocrine glands, and nervous system includes neurons and nerves made up of neurons. So today's topic is detailed study of human endocrine system. As I just told that endocrine system is made up of endocrine glands. So to study the endocrine system in detail, you first will have to learn what are glands. What are glands? Glands are the organs in our body which release something. These are the organs to release something in our body, inside our body or outside the body. So there are two types of glands, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. What is the difference between these two types of glands? The basic difference is exocrine. What are glands? Both the glands have to release something, they have to produce something. So exocrine gland release its secretion with the help of duct. What is duct? A tube like structure. And endocrine glands, they do not have ducts, so they are known as ductless glands. Why so? Because exocrine glands release their secretion with the help of duct directly to the target organ, while on the other hand endocrine glands pour their secretions into the blood, and through blood it reaches to the target organ. As blood keeps circulating, so the secretion of endocrine glands get mixed with the blood and blood transfer it to the target organ. This is the basic difference. Let us study with an example of exocrine gland. You can take salivary gland, or simply you can take sweat, salivary gland, sweat, or the easy one for you to learn is pancreatic gland. Example of exocrine gland is pancreatic gland. The structure and function of pancreatic gland we have studied earlier in the process of nutrition, digestion. So what does pancreatic gland do? Pancreatic gland secretes pancreatic juice. And where does this pancreatic juice go? It goes to the small intestine. This is pancreatic gland and its function is to release pancreatic juice. And this pancreatic juice is produced inside the pancreatic gland but is released or poured to the small intestine with the help of this pipe. This pipe is called as duct. So because pancreatic gland pour its secretion to the target with the help of duct, that is why pancreatic gland is known as exocrine gland. While endocrine glands, they pour their secretion directly to the they pour their or release their secretions directly in the blood. Let us study an example. Pituitary gland. There are several glands in our body. Pituitary gland is a gland found in brain, but its hormones or the secretions of pituitary gland are needed by the whole body organs, so it releases its secretion directly into the blood. That is why pituitary gland falls under the category of endocrine glands. So let us study all the endocrine glands found in our body in detail. So these all are endocrine glands found in human body: hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus gland and adrenal gland. What are the functions of all these endocrine glands? The main function of all these endocrine glands is to release hormones. What are hormones? Hormones are the chemical messengers. So in this system, endocrine system, we have to study about all these glands along with their hormone, along with their secretions. Do remember that hormones of each gland must be released in the desired or required amount. If they secrete hormone more than the desired amount, then also we suffer from some disorder. If hormones are released less than the required amount, then also we suffer from some disorders. So we will study in detail now the hormones of each gland. Let us begin with hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is one single gland which is found in brain. What is the location of hypothalamus? In head, in brain. It is a single gland, and this hypothalamus releases two kinds of hormones, either releasing hormone or it produces inhibitory hormone. And also you have to keep in mind that the hormones of each gland have their own target, specific target. Like the hormones of hypothalamus will target the pituitary gland. So hypothalamus, either it releases releasing hormone or it releases inhibitory hormone. Both these hormones would act upon pituitary gland and will stimulate the pituitary gland to start its function, start secreting its hormone, or stop secreting its hormone. Like if hypothalamus releases releasing hormone, then this hormone will act upon the pituitary gland and will stimulate it to release its hormones. If hypothalamus releases inhibitory hormone, then inhibitory hormone will again act upon pituitary gland and will stimulate the pituitary gland to stop secreting its hormone, because inhibit for stop. So pituitary gland will secrete its hormone or will stop secreting its hormone under the influence of hypothalamus. So what is the target of hypothalamus gland? Pituitary gland. Now let us move on to pituitary gland. The main hormone released, it releases several hormones, but the hormone which is in your syllabus says GH. GH stands for growth hormone. Pituitary gland releases growth hormone. From the name itself only, it is very clear that growth hormone, what are the functions of growth hormone? The main function of growth hormone is to control the growth of our body. Clear? Another function of pituitary gland is to release several other kinds of hormone, and all these hormones will act upon all the glands which are found under the pituitary gland. Repeating, pituitary gland secretes, beside growth hormone, it releases some other hormones, and all those hormones released by pituitary gland act upon all the glands found under the pituitary gland. Because pituitary gland controls the functioning of other glands, that is why pituitary gland is also known as master gland. Repeating, why is it called as master gland and which gland is called master? Pituitary gland is known as master gland. Why so? Because it controls the secretion of other glands found in our body. And hypothalamus, because hypothalamus controls the working of pituitary gland, so that is why hypothalamus is known as supreme commander, the commander which commands or control the working of master gland, and master gland controls the working of other glands. Now, as I told you earlier, along with the secretion of their hormones or their functions, we have to secrete some exceptions. Like what happens if growth hormone is under secreted? In case of under secretion of growth hormone, a person suffers from a disorder called dwarfism. What is dwarfism? When height of a person remains less than 4 feet. And if it is over secreted, due to over secretion of growth hormone, it again causes a disorder. You can take gigantism. Take an example of gigantism. What is gigantism? A disorder found in a body when pituitary gland releases growth hormone more than the required amount. Then height of a person becomes more than 6.5 feet, and the jaws, hands, palms and the feet of the person becomes too large. So these are the disorders due to under secretion and over secretion of growth hormones secreted by pituitary gland. Let us move on to thyroid gland now. Pituitary gland, both pituitary and thyroid glands are single and they are found in brain. Now thyroid gland, it is a paired gland which is found in our neck, and function of thyroid gland is to produce thyroxine hormone. Now what are the functions of thyroxine hormone? Thyroxine hormone, it controls metabolism of our body. What is metabolism? the sum total of chemical reactions. All the chemical reactions like digestion, respiration come under metabolism. So all these reactions are controlled by thyroxine hormone, which is produced by thyroid gland. Do remember that to form thyroxine hormone, thyroid gland needs iodine. Thyroid gland needs an element called iodine. And this iodine we consume in the form of our food externally. So our diet must contain iodine. If we are lacking in iodine or body is deprived of iodine, then it causes a disorder called goiter. What is goiter? A disease which is caused due to deficiency of iodine in our body, and in this disease the thyroid gland undergoes enlargement. Thyroid gland undergoes swelling, which causes swelling in the neck itself. So goiter is caused due to enlargement of thyroid gland by the deficiency of iodine in our body. Very important question to be asked in board exam. Next is parathyroid gland. This is again a paired gland which is found just under the thyroid gland, and parathyroid gland secretes a hormone called parathormone. The hormone secreted by parathyroid gland is called parathormone, and the functions of parathormone is to control the calcium and phosphate in our blood. Function of parathormone is to control calcium and phosphate level in our blood. Next is thymus gland. Thymus gland secretes another hormone. This is again a single gland which is found in our chest, and thymus gland secretes a hormone which is called thymus. The name of the hormone secreted by thymus gland is thymus only, and this thymus maintains our immunity. It forms our immune system. If one body is lacking of thymus hormone, then in the deficiency of thymus hormone, immune system of a person becomes weak. Next is adrenal gland. This is again a paired gland which is found just above the kidneys. Suppose these are our kidneys, and just above the kidneys there is a paired gland. That gland is adrenal gland. An adrenal gland releases a hormone named adrenaline. Quite important question. Adrenaline hormone is also known as emergency hormone. This hormone is also known as emergency hormone or flight and fight hormone. Flight and fight hormone. Why so? Because this hormone, adrenaline, is released during emergency situations in our body. What can be the emergency situations? Like you are under depression, you are so elated, means you are so happy, you are so worried about something, you are afraid of something. In all these situations, you are running, you are doing any exercise. In all these situations, adrenal gland releases adrenaline hormone. Why is adrenaline hormone released in emergency only? Because the function of adrenaline hormone is to provide us energy to cope up with the emergency situation. So we can only deal with the emergency situations when we have adrenaline in our body. If one body is lacking of adrenaline, then person cannot face the emergency situation, and it can cause death also. Also remember that excessive secretion of adrenaline can also lead to death. Excessive secretion is fatal as well. So because it is released during emergency situation, it is known as emergency hormone. And what do we do in emergency hormone? We fight. Fighting is also an emergency hormone. Either we run, flight, that is also an emergency hormone. So adrenal gland releases adrenaline, which is known as emergency hormone, and why we have done. So this is all about endocrine glands. We have studied. Some exceptional glands are left. Those are dual natured gland. This will study in next video.